Hey everyone, welcome back to another Conflikt 47 battle report. We have some Canadians versus my Soviets. We're doing 1250 points and development. So his list being Canadian, so he's got his automatons and his solid core he's been running here, which is pretty good. And then this time, he's bringing out the Merlin, which it's always fun to have big stompies. On mine, I was running a heavy assault platoon. Made a mistake. Writing up the list didn't account, had only 2 trucks instead of 3, so my SMG engineers will be walking. But yeah, I'm running the Mastodon as well, just so we got some big robots squaring off here. So I was the attacker in development, and so I got my I did roll for preliminary bombardment. I believe the Grenadiers, one group of automatons, veterans, and regular troops. So on the one, yep, just bringing in my LTs coming up here, rifle, assault engineers, and howitzer. All on my left flank. On the right, the MMG team runs in here just to kind of provide cover. Like you kind of see another angle of his guys hiding out. I think he brings his LT up here, and then Big Stompy, his Big Stompy shows up. Yeah, he did a good job painting that guy. And then my Big Stompy, once I know where his guy's off hiding over here, I bring mine in. Being slow, honestly, turn one I forgot that he started hidden, so I should have just ran him on, but either way, I run in and, try to fire off all the stuff and 6s and 6s, so that did nothing. Yep, just another angle of my LT and group coming up this side of the board and on to turn 2. So, yep, we just keep moving up, just firing and missing. Again, I probably should have, hindsight being 2020, would have ran them up, but, I did what I did. Engineers, yeah. Yeah, I'm just feeling dumb because they're running all the way up and they should have been in a truck, but, yep. So the idea was kind of keeping him center, figure out where his forces were, because in reserves, I didn't mention this at the start, so the Ursus and the Mark I heavy infantry were in reserves, so obviously going to see where his stuff comes in and shoot them up. The idea being run the trucks up, to either overwhelm the side or just run off the board. That's why I had these guys kind of in the middle, so if I decide to try to overrun a flank, I can at least run them up to help support. And about this time, his artillery guy, his observer, picks the, yep, right where all my stuff is to set. I wasn't too afraid. I was like thinking, okay, it's not going to hurt. Chances are it's not going to hurt I'm a big walker. And I'll have enough time to get the infantry out of the way. And oh yeah, the sad part. So LT trying to sneak him across, thinking, okay, he's just, even though he's a large infantry, due to the fact, he still managed to roll, I think, a 6. Yeah, he was like a 6 or something to hit. Small team moved. Don't believe long range, but needed like a 5 or 6 and just smoked him with that medium anti-tank gun. So yeah, entertaining to say the least. On the 3, so yeah, I say that he's not gonna hit, and then of course rolls the 4 up, puts some pins, get a 6 on the howitzer, and pops the howitzer. So my range support at this point is really just consists of the Big Stompy, which now has a bunch of pins. So yeah, now we're kind of just in a mad dash phase. We're already on turn 3, so yep, gotta get into his deployment zone. So he's playing smart. So now he's starting to bring his stuff in with the pins and everything, so he can kind of react. So he runs flamethrower to throw troops up, burns my guys here. Luckily, I don't run off. But yeah, just stacking a bunch of pins on them. Yeah, you see the pins over here, and just Big Stompy just hanging out. Yeah, and so we're getting in a firefight. Luckily, he missed on here, but you can see my machine gun team's starting to take more fire too. And yep, so bring in my Mark 1s on, this is my right flank, bring them in. He counters with the bazooka. Thankfully misses, but yeah, so far over here it's really his observer, now the bazooka team, and off down to the bottom left is the grenadiers, but I'm thinking I can sneak off the board, you know, drive the truck up here, just drive it off the board next turn, and you know, it's 6 points right there. I think, yeah, 3 per unit to get off the board. And to kind of help balance things out over there, the Ursus infantry are swinging up on this side. My idea is hopefully get some support, drive up, take the flamethrower team out, and give them support needed to get all the units off the board onto 4. And that plan didn't work. So the bazooka team, he gets first pull, promptly fires the bazooka, just blows a giant hole in my truck here, spilling out my Mark 1 guys. So we're going to be slogging it now. And so I'm running this up. He had the squad here on ambush, had one shot to get the 6s, and of course nailed it and popped my truck here. So clown car, all my Ursus infantry pop out. Just kind of close up of we last turn I believe they were able to pass our rally check, or I just pass and run him up here. About this time he realizes, you know, good time to bring in these guys. So with the pins, they're being down, so brings in the heavy infantry, and now they're just pouring fire. Luckily we're not dying, but yeah, they're not doing anything. So I need to be a little bit further to get those points, being in development. So on to 5. So yep, like I said, they're not like the guys. I like how he painted his Galads. So yeah, my bear guys, Ursus troops, they're not dying, but you know, pins are stacking, and he's moved his these guys. So even if I do pass, I'm not able to sneak around easily. And luckily, so we get in a firefight here, and I hit and immobilize his big stompy, but nothing happens to me. And engineers are just kind of hanging out watching the tanks battle. Yeah, so knowing the flame troopers are there, so I'm trying to run back. I try to run to cover, or I'm trying to run him out of the way. He still brings his guys, flamethrower team up, and just cooks them. And again, surprisingly, don't die. But yeah, we're up to 7 pins, so we're not loving life. And yeah, yeah. So I'm trying to make my mad dash here, and grenadiers just light into them. Grenadiers and automatons back here just slide into them, and yep, down to 1. So hey, at least they're on the board still, right? Yep, you just kind of see another angle of all the pins from everybody just firing and having a pin from getting blown out of their vehicle and all that stuff. So on to 6. So yeah, we're wrapping it up at this point. I can't, you know, I no pre-measuring, so I just kind of say, oh, okay, I'm just going to run him into here, and you know, they won't be able to get there in time, so they just see their job is to not die. And unfortunately, my rifle squad is finally cooked off by these guys. Normally, I don't have to worry about his flamethrower team too long because he ends up just rolling a 1 after they shoot once anyway. But this time, they decided to actually bring plentiful ammo, and yeah, he ended up getting cooked 3 times, and 3rd time's the charm. Luckily, LT, even with the Sarge, even with the pins, is able to run up here, so he is able to make it into the deployment zone. And Ursus, I mean, they're hanging out. Let's see all the pins here. So everybody's been shooting them, so they're not loving life, but they're still on the board. So hey, credit where credit's due. And yeah, he's just moving these guys up to attempt to fire at the engineers, and they stick around. So in conclusion, Canadian win. So yeah, he ended up killing 6 of my units, and I was able to get 7 points. Ended up killing the bazooka team, I believe from memory, and he ended up killing mine. So by kills and everything, he wrecked me. Yeah, got the trucks, got the howitzer, LT, that one engineer squad, and I believe I didn't show it, but just random shots or plinking, he was able to kill the machine gun team. I believe with like a grenade launcher. I think he was indirect firing the grenade launcher into the building, and one like detonated on the top floor, hit the howitzer spotter, and then one finally went in and got the machine gun crew on the second floor. But no, it was a great game, great opponent. Like seeing his force. It's it's nice to play a well painted, nicely painted force, and just a good time all around. And thanks for watching.